The global economy relies on the constant movement of goods. These massive vessels operate as an unstoppable force, delivering raw materials around the clock. A single megavessel carries an immense concentration of wealth, not just the value of the ship itself, but the thousands of containers packed with millions of dollars in finished products. That momentum evaporates the moment a hull strikes a submerged sandbar, and the entire operation grinds to a halt. In many groundings, the ship remains physically intact and the cargo stays dry. However, because the vessel can no longer move, the planned voyage has effectively failed. This creates an immediate crisis for the global supply chain. With millions in goods stranded in place, the industry must determine who will absorb the massive costs of the delay and the rescue. Maritime law provides the roadmap for these crises, but it requires a specific categorization of the disaster before any rescue operations or insurance payouts can proceed. Under these rules, the financial fate of the physical ship is separated entirely from the fate of the cargo it carries. Classifying the ship's status is the necessary first step in the legal process. The most straightforward categorization is known as an actual total loss, or ATL. This diagram illustrates the ATL threshold. An actual total loss occurs when the physical property is entirely destroyed or irretrievable, such as a ship that sinks in deep water or is consumed by fire. The asset simply ceases to exist. Because the vessel is gone, the legal and financial resolution is simple. The insurer pays out the full value of the lost asset. While total physical destruction is rare in modern shipping, it establishes the baseline for how all maritime losses are calculated. This brings us back to the ship from our earlier grounding. It is physically present and mostly undamaged, yet it remains stuck. How does the law categorize a vessel that exists but cannot move? This middle ground is handled through the concept of a constructive total loss, or CTL. This scale shows the math. One side is the ship's insured value. On the other, we stack the projected expenses: tugboats, salvage teams, and dry dock repairs. When combined recovery and repair costs exceed the insured value, the project reaches a point of no return. Because the ship is no longer commercially viable to save, the law treats it as a total loss on paper, even if the hull is still floating. In high-stakes shipping, a vessel's survival is determined by financial logic, not just physical integrity. This results in a strange situation on the water. On paper, the ship is a total loss, but on the deck, millions of dollars of cargo remain physically intact and ready for delivery. For the cargo owners, every hour the ship remains stationary increases the risk of missed market deadlines or the spoilage of perishable goods. Stranded goods create a chain reaction of economic damage that can quickly outweigh the value of the ship itself. If the grounding is covered as an insured peril, a specialized protocol is activated to protect the value of those goods. The mechanism that facilitates this rescue is known as forwarding charges. This tracks the logistical rescue. Forwarding charges provide capital to offload cargo from the dead ship onto alternative transport, like smaller vessels or trains, to finish the voyage. The insurance policy absorbs these unexpected costs, ensuring the financial burden doesn't fall on the cargo owner. Marine insurance operates as a dynamic, proactive system. It ensures that even when a ship is lost to the math of a total loss, the cargo continues its journey, keeping the global economy in motion.